My name is Alex Malpelli,
What are you studying here?
accounting.
Where do you usually get your news?
I read the paper today, actually, for the first time in probably 3 or 4 months through Vaxing. Pertaining to vaccines, I know that from personal experience, they've hurt very much, yet they provide immunity to certain diseases and bacteria.
Do you know how vaccines work?
Well, I know that a needle's injected into a main vein or an artery, and the medicine goes in.
What have you heard in the news recently about vaccines?
Stories of over-sterilization, probiotic bacteria, if I'm not mistaken, that's built when the body builds up an immunity to certain other forms of medicine or antibiotics. I've heard that there's many problems in doctors' offices and clinics with over-sterilization and using too much alcohol and too much antibacterial stuff. Those alcoholic products are building up too much immunity to other disease protection.
What personal experience, if any, do you have with shingles?
I don't have any personal experience with shingles nor chickenpox. I know chickenpox are related to shingles. My grandfather did tell me over the phone he had shingles like 8 or 9 years ago, but then it went away.
How would you feel if you hadn't gotten the vaccine and you knew you had a risk of getting shingles later in life?
Well, knowing that shingles is only a temporary case in most situations, I would understand that it may be due to happen, and I would live with it. Just how a lot of kids get the chickenpox, and then 2 weeks later or so they go away. It's just basically like chickenpox for the elderly.
Do you know all the vaccines you've had?
Well, not off the top of my head. I know I guess the chickenpox shot, hepatitis. Every 5 years or so, whenever you go into a new school. That's probably about it, really.
If your primary care physician told you that you didn't need any vaccines and you would be totally fine without them, would you trust him?
I most certainly would. He's never steered me wrong. He's always given me great health advice, and he's also a friend of the family. He's a great doctor. I recommend him if you live in my area. Nice guy, too.
Hi, I'm Andrew Koval. I may not have been voted Playmate of the Year, yet, but I have learned a thing or two about vaccines. Any vaccine approved by the CDC is absolutely safe for you and your family. But don't take it from me, and certainly don't take it from the media or Jenny McCarthy. Do your own research on the topic, and do your part to stigmatize ignorance.